Are you ready to take the leap and become a homeowner? So first off, I just want to say congratulations, because that is a big step. It is a big decision to make to try and buy a home. So yes, it's a big step, but it's an exciting one. It's a big leap in life, and it'll continue to just progress you through different stages of your life. So again, I do want to say congratulations, and I want to make sure that I'm giving you all the info possible to help make your home buying journey easier. I am Baggio Saldivar. I'm a local real estate agent here in Western Washington. I have helped plenty. I need to go back and count. I've helped a lot of people help buy their first home and buy their second home, buy multiple homes, investment properties, what have you. I have helped people buy homes a lot. It is my job, and I'm here to also continue to help educate and inform the next generation of homeowners. All right, so buying a home can be overwhelming, but that's why I am here. I am trying to make sure it is as calm and stress-free as possible, even though that's probably not a thing, right? With the guidance, with the knowledge that I have that I can try and give you as best as I can, we're gonna make an informed decision and get you into the home that you want. So with this video, I want to really focus on 4 main topics, right? So number 1 is getting your finances in order to be ready to buy a home. Number 2 is finding the right real estate agent to make sure that that process is as seamless as possible and everything is successful in this journey. Number 3 is searching. You know, that's actually the fun part, honestly. It's the stressful, but it's the fun part, is searching for that dream home. And number 4 is making that offer, submitting that on paper in a contract, and getting that deal closed and getting you on paper with the government, to be a homeowner. So step 1, getting your finances in order. That is a critical step. Of course, it's not gonna happen if you don't qualify for a mortgage, for a home loan. You will not be able to buy a home. So number 1, when we're talking about getting those finances in order, what we have to focus on is, first off, what kind of job do you have, right? Your job history. So are you a W-2 employee? Are you a 1099, self-employed? Your tax returns for each of these, usually you're looking at the past 2 years of tax returns, right? If you don't really have 2 years of continuous tax returns for that job, then it's not impossible. I will say that there's definitely certain circumstances where it takes a little bit more legwork with your loan officer and with your agent, but it is more consistent to see that you have had 2 years at the same job with tax returns to support that. Again, it's not impossible if you don't, but specific scenarios ask for specific strategies. So just reach out to me. We can see what we can do. And hey, you don't know unless you ask, right? So let's ask, and let's get to the point where we for sure have definite no's, and then we can come up with a strategy to get you there to be able to get those yeses. So not just job history or your current job, but also you want to look at your credit score. Your debt to income ratio is huge too, right? So what kind of debt are you having to pay off month to month? Are you taking on new debt? Does your income offset it? Are you able to have that? There's certain percentages that lenders can qualify you for, and they really look at, because ultimately a home loan is another form of debt, right? So if it pushes you over a certain percentage of debt to income ratio, that basically is what your purchasing power is for a home. So lenders, what they end up doing is they end up trying to see if that's a problem. What they're going to try to do is, all right, what is the first and foremost easiest debt that you have that we can knock out, right? Can we just eliminate? Because they start there and then they work their way down to, the hardest, most difficult one. So usually, for instance, credit card debt is like the number one where they try to knock out first. If you have, $5,000 to $10,000 of credit card debt, but hey, you might have that in your savings, we might ask, all right, if you can just knock that out, pay that off, that'll really help you with your purchasing power. The next thing is usually a car loan, a car payment. Again, depending on where it's at, maybe you can pay your car off or not. After that, you're talking, student loans, which again, there's programs too, depending on your situation. There's programs to be able to work around some student loans. Don't think that, hey, I can't pay this off for 20 years. It's okay, because a lot of Americans have student loans. They've had to come up with programs to help them out. So, like I said, all this being said, we just have to look at your scenario as a whole, get the finances in order, and go from there. Next, second step, finding the right real estate agent. So I hope that if you're watching my video here and you found my channel, that maybe I sent this to you, that I'm the right real estate agent for you here in Western Washington, right? Olympia, Tacoma, Seattle, Puyallup, all this area. But if you're not looking here, if you're looking for another area too, you know what I can also help you out with is I have referral partners across the U.S. I have people that I trust and know and like to make sure that they can take care of you. And I would love to be able to refer you to someone maybe in another part of the country that you are looking to move, because that way, hey, I know that this person is vetted, that they have my trust in making sure that you have the most ideal and successful home buying process possible. So, like I said, if you don't go that route, if you don't go the route through me, what I will say is when you're finding the right real estate agent, you want to find someone that is, first and foremost, you feel is trustworthy, you feel is doing right by you, has your best interest in mind, and is not just looking for a paycheck, to be honest, because that's what I feel. When I have a client with me, I feel like they're just they're an offset, they're my family, like there's things that click through my mind. I have a wife, I have kids, I have dogs, I have brothers and sisters, so I think of that. It's always like, all right, well, if this were my mom, selling her home or buying this home, how would I want her treated? If this was my brother or sister, younger than me, buying their first home, what is some things that I want to make sure like they're getting as from their agent? You need to find someone like that really does care about you and your family, or you and whoever you may be, and is just not there for the transaction. Usually when you find someone that cares, they're going to go that extra mile. They're going to make sure that they're communicative, that they're informative, that they can find answers too if they don't know, and that they are go-getters, enthusiastic, that they are happy that they are helping you, not just kind of like, all right, what's going on. This is a big decision. It's a big moment of your life. That's something I take pride in and I enjoy of my job, is that I'm helping someone with a big part of their life. And if they're not enthusiastic about that, then find someone else, to be honest. So that's all I gotta say maybe about agents. All right, step number 3, and this is what I was saying is probably the most fun part, is searching for that home, searching for your dream home. So you have your finances in order, you found your agent, you found a lender, a preferred lender, which hopefully your agent has someone too, that they know, like, and trust. Your lender has pre-approved you for a certain amount for your home loan, right? Up to, let's just say $500,000, right? That's typically $400,000 to $500,000. What's the median around here in Tacoma for a single family home? You have this pre-approval for $500K. You can go up to that. Next is to start looking in that price range. What can you afford? What do you like? And you build out your parameters and kind of your wants versus your needs, right? So I need 3 bedrooms, 2 bath. I need a fenced-in yard, like I need a 1/4 acre. I do or I don't need a garage, right? And of course, like location, I need to be within 20 minutes of my work, which is here. So that is the basics of it. But then again, there's certain things that we can't really filter out just on our MLS, on our searches on paper. So what's that do? You got to go look in person, right? So the biggest thing with that is pictures can be deceiving. Listing photos are great. Listing photos do their job when it gets your interest in the home and when it makes you want to go see the home in person, right? So the sale can just, the first selling point is the pictures. Like, oh wow, that looks great. But guess what? You can't really get a good feel unless you see something in person. So with your agent, you go look for it. Now, let me retract that too though. If you're out of state, which I've worked with plenty of out-of-state buyers too, because especially as a military vet and being around a military base with people moving here all the time, that's where a great agent comes in hand. If you have someone who you can trust, who takes the time to give you a valid, great walkthrough with their phone. So I use a stabilizer that's actually holding the phone right now, to make sure like the videos that I take are smooth, clear, concise, so that you do feel like you're actually there. And virtually, I'm pointing things out to make sure like, hey, this is how it feels here. This is the condition of the carpet. This is the condition of the paint, the walls, the doors are creaky. You know what I mean? Little stuff like that goes a long ways, because it's like I said, if you're not there physically, you'd hope that that agent's doing that for you. So again, virtually you can do that, but if you're in person, great, you go see the homes, and then you know what? We get to the point, you found the home you love. Step 4 is making that offer and closing the deal. So you found the home you love, you go out with your agent, you get with me, we write up what we think is our best offer we can give that puts you in the best scenario, that can still get us the home from that seller. And you know, boom, 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 I talk back with the other agent, we negotiate, and guess what? We got chosen, we got the deal accepted. So when your deal is accepted, the next step typically it's a 30-day window from getting your offer accepted to closing on the home and it's yours, but that timeline can vary, can be as short as, you know, a couple weeks. It can be as long as a couple months. It just all depends. If it's a new construction, right, and the home hasn't even been fully built yet, you can be under contract, but I mean, it might not be built, or it might not be completed for another 3.5 months, right? So again, every scenario is different. That's why you have to have a good agent that can help you, guide you, right? And then on top of that, a lot of the same steps happen throughout this process. So you go with your earnest money deposit, which is kind of like a good faith deposit down payment. You have your actual down payment that you got to make sure you have the funds for ready to go for when you know, your loan has to be fulfilled. And then you have an inspection and an appraisal. So the inspection and an appraisal, the difference between those two: inspection is looking at the condition and livability and functionality of the home. The appraisal is taking some of those, but really what the appraisal is looking at the value itself. Is this worth what you're putting down? Is this worth so that the loan and the lenders can fulfill your loan for you? So inspection, appraisal. After that, there's a lot of, you know, back and forth paperwork with escrow, with the third party, with the sellers, with you. We negotiate. Great. That's for a whole nother video. That's for a whole nother walkthrough. If you want a home buying consultation, let me know. We'll sit down. We'll go through all the step-by-steps of it. It's very detailed. But then lastly, close the deal. Boom, home is yours. I give you the keys and we ride off into the sunset. You have a great time, great life. And no, we'll always keep in touch, right? I'm here to answer still any question, because there's still times where we got people who are first-time home buyers, right? You don't know what you don't know. So I've been there, done that. I've always been an advocate where even after the closing, come reach out to me if you have questions. Like, I don't know everything either, but I'll try to give you as best of guidance as I can, right? So again, thank you for watching this video, because that just means that I got to congratulate you again for taking this first step towards home ownership. Hopefully you learned enough in this video on what it takes. If you do not, or if you still have any follow-up questions, feel free to reach out to me. All my info is in the info of this video or on my channel. Leave a comment if you like, subscribe if you like this video, and if you like my other videos. Send this to someone who might be looking to buy a home, and that this can be a good, valid initial informative video to them too. So again, thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.